Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. We're back here. Oh, I'm going to fix Danny's cam a bit so we're not cutting off his head.
That's what she said.
There we go. That's better. Then we can see your full mug. Right, so we're back. You'll notice this time Alex is the one without the camera because this is the session for Berrian and Danny's character. Alex is around. Yep. Kept him tied up in the closet. So, we're gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna start with a little bit of recap of what happened the last time you were both together because you were starting off from there. So, we ended with the brothers called to another meeting with the king just before an evening ambush that they were to carry out with other guild members. They were met in the throne room by Hagrin, asking that the king abandon them in exchange for the favor of the undercourts. The prince, however, claimed that Dre was a compatriot of one of the other nobles of the city. Hagrin, realizing he would have no way of proving this false, charged them with returning the marker they received when they got their last supper, saying that it was the only way to call off the assassination order. They arrived in Barley, where they found themselves immediately ambushed, bolts flying towards them despite having just seen their attacker outside of the palace. They fled back to Alocrin. Oh, I have stuff stuck in my throat. Ugh.
Yeah, the assassin was hard camping the token.
Yeah, you guys went back to Alocrin. You decided you would lay an ambush for it by walking about separately. Easy targets. However, nothing took the bait, and when you went back to check where you had seen it last, you found threatening-looking boxes stacked up in the alley that had fooled your companion into thinking you were being watched. So you gathered members from the council and took the fight to Barley once again. Clemens landed a lucky and powerful blow, taking the assassin out of the fight, and the Council of the Thieves Guild took him for questioning, while the brothers spent some time enjoying their freedom with their companions. One of you heading into deep study and some newfound vices, and Dre was confronted by the Proudfoots and pulled into their ranks, which we dealt with a little more last session. So, we come to the beginning of that period with just you, Danny.
I would probably be in the house.
Yes, yeah. Researching and studying as you fall into the books. You had mentioned you were going to spend some time at the Arcanum as well, doing research there.
Yeah, Arcanum, drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm creating a new type of like cocaine type of something. It's called Mythica.
Mythica.
Yeah. It's like more addicting, less harmful cocaine.
Mythica indeed.
That's simply for science. Alex, can you hear the stream? Are we alright? For loudness and stuff?
I can pull it off.
Sure.
We should be good, because I remembered to switch everything over this time.
Okay.
Okay.
We're good until we're not. Okay, currently I'd be studying.
Yes.
Because I can rent books, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I have like...
Well, yeah, you can take a book at a time out of the library, which means you probably spend most of your time in the library, where you can have more than one with you.
So what are some, like, you start if it's like Mathematics 1, like classes like that, I've been studying for a bit now. What would I be working on, or what was available to work on?
Well, it would be kind of like self-study. You'd just be following things that interest you.
So quickly create an entire curriculum.
And as I told you, it does not really work on a curriculum. They have a couple instructors who teach what they're good at to the different classes and rotations.
Yeah, but I mean, like, for example, it's like Evocation 101, and then it goes like Evocation 201, kind of thing.
Yeah, not really.
No? Okay.
Not so much.
Well, I'm studying one of the instructors. I'm studying his stuff.
Okay, sure. Absolutely. So we had talked about, me and you had talked about your research and how this would work. So you don't have a wizard tower yet, but we're going to do it like spell research is the plan. So you, to gather enough volume of study, you're going to have to start building your library.
Okay.
So I've stated out what you're going to need to complete the research, which means you're going to need a library value of 8,000 gold. And then you're going to need to also spend some gold to actually create it after you've done that part. And there will be a roll involved, which will be Arcana. And then when you create it, you'll get to take some of that 3,000 you spent on it. 10% of it will be added towards your library from research notes and stuff like that as your library expands. And when you eventually get a wizard's tower, you'll be able to move your library into it.
And will that library cost convert over to the wizard tower? Because
Absolutely,
it's only
yeah.
8 or 10,000. So
Yeah. Anything you've spent on your library here will be included in the library of your wizard's tower. It does not include towards the cost of your wizard's tower.
oh, so I'm doubling the cost. It's
Yeah,
like
so
16,000.
a wizard needs his tower,
Mm-hmm.
library, and his laboratory.
What does that all cost together?
It depends what you want to do. The more powerful things you're trying to create, the more you need to have. And then if you're above and beyond that, it gives you bonuses towards your roll.
Okay.
So, that's what's required there. But as you're in the library, reading and going through different books, a woman would approach you. Looks human, from what you can tell, longer, dark hair, comes over. Well, hello.
Yes?
Sorry to interrupt. I just couldn't help but notice you've been reading some interesting texts.
I have a wide variety of interests.
Well,
It's good to see that you notice that they're off the beaten path.
yes. Well, and also it's just odd to see someone who's not a student in the library so frequently.
I have done some favors, and I've been able to gain access.
Well, I heard that Bran had given permission for you to be in here.
Surprising, I know, right?
As you have a better look at her, she's dressed fairly nicely. Like it would be like minor noble type dress, you would think. Like
Does she have
on
a
the
pin?
nicer end.
A pin from the
She
Arcana?
does.
Is it the blue call?
It is the blue bloods
The
that
blue
she
bloods.
has stamped to her.
If I would have seen that, I would have just been like, it was very nice of Brad to do that. She's not, doesn't do that very often for people.
Well, no, considering she's an absolute raging bitch.
Okay. Like, your words. I'm not disagreeing with you, but your words.
Yes, well, a lot of us don't get along with her, but
Even in the quills? Like all of you kind of thing?
the blue bloods.
Sorry, I don't know why I'm thinking blue quills.
No, it's the raven quills and the blue
Yeah,
bloods
okay.
are the two different.
So there's quite a bit of you who have problems with Bran?
Oh, I don't know about that. We're mostly smart enough to keep our mouths shut about it.
Yes. Understandable.
Well, we don't all have to be idiots or assholes in order to take advantage of opportunities that are provided, as she kind of adjusts the pin.
Yeah, well, keep your head down.
Indeed. I actually don't know if this is appropriate, but I know how difficult it is to have projects. As her eyes kind of track to a couple of the books you have out on, like, alchemy and, like, refining things, being limited to one book out of the library, it's usually more effective for one to start collecting their own little pocket of knowledge.
Yeah. That would be, it's just very expensive.
Yes,
So-
well, and so hard to find. If only somebody, as she grins at you, knew some way to get books brought in.
I mean, like, lean onto the table a little bit, I'm like, I'm listening.
Well, I would hate to assume, but somebody capable of being allowed into the Arcanum probably would be interested in certain store merchant connections that could bring in rare texts and volumes.
Well, the kind of eyes are going, I'm like, someone may be interested. I'm listening.
Well, my father really, but my father runs a bookshop, and I happen to know his supplier rather well. He dotes on me, a bit like an uncle, and I thought we could come to something mutually
Okay.
beneficial.
Who's your uncle?
Well, he's a ways up in the store merchants.
Okay. What would you, how would you like to be compensated?
Well, I've happened to have heard that you're quite capable.
I'm like, I appreciate that. Thank you. You know, everything's a teeter-totter. If you're good at one thing, you're usually not great at other things, but I've been told.
I have a certain problem. There was a gentleman who I was acquiring certain materials for, and I've come to reevaluate our relationship, and he has not taken it well, and I could use some help convincing him to leave me alone about it.
Okay. Who would this person that I would be convincing?
Well, I don't know them too well, and they've never given me them full names, but they've had me gathering certain arcane things for them, and as I've gotten deeper into it, I've become less and less comfortable with being a supplier for such things. I thought it was a hobby or passing interest at first, but, well, I've been dissuaded of that notion.
I'm gonna ask him, like, would you mind telling me some of the materials you've been gathering? Could give me some insight into what they're attempting.
I would rather just have your assistance in extricating myself from the relationship.
Okay. Sure. I can help you with that.
Well, splendid.
What type of person am I? You don't have to tell me the name or anything, but what am I getting myself into?
Well, like I said, I don't know them well. They seemed harmless at first. I've come to doubt such a thing. If I were to take a guess, some form of summoner or ritualist.
Okay. All right. Well, where can I find this person?
Well, perhaps I fulfill my end first. My uncle, as I would call him, happens to be in town currently. I'm Sasha, by the way, as she holds a hand out towards you.
I'll shake her hand and... Well, nice to meet you, Sasha.
A pleasure. I know your name, but I'd love to hear it from your own lips.
Hi, Berrian Jacobson.
Berrian. Well, the pleasure is mine.
Mine as well.
Well, if you feel like a walk towards, well, he'll be at the ship barge, of course, for the airships.
Oh, okay. And like airships?
Of course, the storm merchants, you know, that's how they do business.
I've never been on one. Have I been on one? I don't think I've been on one.
No, you guys were thinking of booking passage on one, but decided against it when you were coming back from the Feywild.
Do you think he would mind me taking a look at the propulsion methods?
Well, you'd have to ask him.
Okay, well, I could use a break anyways, and he's gonna like stand up and lay his back's gonna creak. He's like, I've been here too long. And then,
well, I can help you put some of your books away before we go. Do you know which one you're taking with you?
I'm probably gonna take the one I'd be looking on, like flux stability to keep spells like contained where you want them to be.
All right. She helps you sort your books back to where they go in the library.
Okay.
As she will walk you towards the shipyard and also the side of the city. So there's the Warren, the slums, and then across from it is the port, where they build the ships for the mock combats they do on the lake.
Oh, okay.
And it's also at the edge of that where the skyport is for the airships.
Okay.
So she will lead you over towards the skyport, which is a tall platform basically built on stilts, like 20 feet up, and it's just this wide octagon that has places for the airships to dock. And there's one docked there currently, as she would go up and she'd flash a smile at the guards who stand at the top. They're dressed in the blue storm merchant colors. I'm here to see my uncle. Go on up, Sasha. Can I bring my friend to see him? I think they'd be interested in meeting. I'm not going to stop you. Just make sure he doesn't get into trouble. Of course, of course. Come on, Berrian.
I'll come up behind her and I'm just going to look at them, like, give him a little head.
They nod back at you and continue just kind of lazing about. Doesn't look like they get up to a lot of work here besides keeping certain undesirables from coming up.
So I'll follow her.
Yeah, she leads you over to the airship and yells up, Koalai! Koalai! And you would see somebody lean over the edge, this middle-aged looking elven woman. Oh, Sasha! I'm here to see Uncle Nick. Oh, well, he's not too busy. Let me check with him if you'll just wait. Sure. As you're left to wait with her for a few minutes, she just kind of flashes you a grin and just sits waiting. You can tell her atmosphere's like changed a little bit from the kind of like she's got this like kind of fun air about her that she's always had, but she's less serious now. More, she's got her charm on, right?
Okay.
Like you do for like an uncle, like kind of you know, playing the spoiled princess.
So, what got you into magic?
Well, mostly luck. I mean, I had a talent for it, and my family decided to send me to the Arcanum.
It's, I find the wallet to be the biggest barrier sometimes.
Well, for those who want professional training, certainly. Although, I do know a few people less well off who've gone to be scribes or apprentices to different wizards at their own towers, but, I mean, it's a crapshoot. Who knows when you're going to get one that wants to experiment on you?
Yeah. And I'll quote like a quote unquote like mad mage who ran like a very like basically you don't have to pay, you just have to live here.
Yes, well, exactly. Although a couple of the people I know got rather lucky.
That's good. I'll tell you a secret.
Sure.
One of my goals is to create. I'm not sure exactly. Say college or maybe organization where magic can be cheaper and more accessible to more people.
Oh,
I think
that's quite the monument.
yeah, you know, got to have something to work towards.
Well, of course. I mean, everything for each their own. I'd be careful letting some of the other blue bloods know about it if I were you. I'm not sure how they'd take to their little club being broken up.
Well, it really nothing against the blue bloods, you know what I mean? But I'm sure you can keep a secret.
Well, I'm not going to go telling.
Okay. Yeah, but that'd probably be bad if Bran found out.
Oh, well, I can't imagine it being good. I mean, the court wizard and all that.
Yeah.
As you'd see the woman lean over again. Climb on up. He'll see you. He's in his cabin. Oh, thank you. As
How far of a height is it?
to the edge of the ship. So you guys are like 20 feet up on this platform,
Yeah.
and then the edge of the ship you have to climb to is like another 20 feet up.
Okay.
And basically like a rope ladder gets thrown down, and she motions to after you. I'm not dressed to be going first, as she's got her robe over.
And I'll just like raise an eyebrow and smile, and then I'll start climbing up the ladder.
At your eyebrow, she's like, oh, well, at least a date first. She shoos you up the ladder. As she'll climb on up after you, and you'd find yourself on the deck of a rather nice ship, if it were seafaring, just floating there, tied off to it. This is not one of the models that has like the airbags above it. It just seems to be floating on its own, although the edges of it you saw from underneath have like 6 gems set, 3 on either side, that glow and seem to hold it aloft.
I am very interested, and I have taken a mental picture to ask him about them, and if I would be able to go over the edge of the ship to look at them.
She leads you towards not the captain's quarters, but towards definitely like first mate type area where they have their own cabin. It's not like shared living or anything.
Okay.
And knocks on the door. Uncle Nick, it's your niece Sasha to see you. Ah, come in.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
As she opens the door, and you would see definitely like a Socoran desert born. Darker skin, wears the sort of kind of loose robes that would normally keep you out of the sun, although they're a little less thick, so they do better in the more like humid temperature over in Alokrin.
Yeah.
Waves are in, he's got a nice desk set there. You can see there's like an area for a bed that's like curtained off. There's a couple of bookshelves in there. It's like an office living space that he's got. A couple of contracts spread across it. An inkwell that has like a cover to it.
Okay.
Well, if it isn't my favorite niece. Oh, and guest. Why, hello. Welcome. As he gets up. He's got a little bit of a chub to him. Seems to live a easier life, you would imagine. Yeah, and he comes over and shakes her hand. Pleasure, I am Nicholas. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Nicholas. I am Berrian.
Berrian, well, an elf in Alokrin.
surprising, isn't it?
Well, not too surprising, but I heard that many of them have been leaving with the new order from the king. That everyone go and visit that sage of his.
Yeah, I went to that sage.
Oh!
And they didn't tell me or my brother to leave. So,
Well, I understand it's more of a protest than a command.
okay.
A refusal to respond to summons, I suppose you would call it.
Oh, okay. You know, it's
Well, dark talk. For
Okay.
another time, not with my lovely niece here, as he goes over and like pinches her cheek and mwah, mwah. How have you been, Sasha? Oh, sorry, please, sit, as he brings some like nice armchairs over to the other side of the desk.
I'll sit down.
Oh, well, I've been fairly well. Studies have been going good, and, well, I don't want to bore you with things. Nonsense! You would never bore me. Oh, well, I suppose if you want me to get into some of the more interesting formulae I've been learning. Oh, did I tell you about my, other things than that?
Before, I'm gonna cut in and like, oh, you should tell him about Manigal's formula.
Have I shown you? I just picked up this and he like opens a drawer and pulls out what's like a set of bookends, and they're like gold lions, like carved onto bookends. Look at these. Are they not lovely? Oh, well, I mean they're quite dashing. Yes, I thought it would be nice to have them defending my books. You know.
Defending.
Yes, on either side. You know, they look rather fierce.
When I look at them, is it just like a mundane thing, or like?
You don't see anything that would make you think it's magical.
Okay. They look quite prolific.
Fierce, I think, is the word.
Fierce is good. Yeah.
Yes, and I got some for you. As he pulls up two more, but these ones are like cranes, sat like perched, and he pushes them. Oh, Nick, they are lovely. Thank you.
Yeah.
Actually, my friend here had a bit of a request, which is why we came.
Okay.
You mean to tell me you did not just come to visit your uncle? Well, I mean, of course, but aren't you going to come visit father? Yes, I suppose, of course. Sorry, we could talk all day. Tell me, my friend, Berrian, what can I do for you?
Well, my friend Sasha here said that you come to have many books and manuscripts in your possession.
Oh, well, I tend to supply our father and a couple of the other book collectors and sellers in town. Yes.
Well, I'm not sure if it would be feasible, but I would maybe be interested in becoming one of your people you supply.
Oh, well, I suppose it would be possible. A friend of Sasha's. I could perhaps make a little more space for a few more books. What sort of quantity are you looking for? Well, probably nothing like father. I mean, he's not running a shop by any means, but, you know, a good wizard needs a good library.
So I'll kind of be like, obviously price, I'm not going to be able to buy the whole library at once, but then I'm going to like break into a list that I have wrote down of like sequentially which books I want and what order. Like we have a little bit of ability to go move things around on the list, but here's some of the books just a small list of the books I'm going to need. There's 100 books.
Yeah. Ah, well, this is rather small, yes. It could probably be done, but a town like Elocrin, the demand is rather high.
Mhm.
You understand, with the Arcanum here operating as well, so the price would be little above market for such a volume, I'm afraid. Well, Uncle, she looks over at you, and you see her kind of mulling over before she like leans forward. He's actually thinking of possibly creating some competition for the Arcanum. Weren't you, Berrian?
I look at her and like
She
is that
winks at
something?
you like,
I have an ambition of opening a college of sorts, or a learning center for magics that is priced so that more people can have access to magic. And one of my goals is to change what's the word I'm looking for? Change the current feelings about magic in Elocrin.
well, I do love ambitious folk. Oh, you put me in a difficult situation. How about this? I make a little investment into your ambition. I sell you them the same cost I sell to Sasha's father, and you keep a warm, fuzzy feeling in your heart for me and my company.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there anything that you would like that maybe I could help you with?
Oh, well, perhaps if this come to fruition, it would be nice to know the headmaster, yes?
Mm-hmm. And maybe one day there's oh yeah, you don't own the airship, do you?
I am not the captain, no,
Okay.
although I do much of the books and trading.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for the investment, and I will keep you in mind.
All right. Well, I have a few I could spare. I did not promise them to Sasha's father, but I figured he would buy them. If you would like to take some home with you now.
Okay. Yeah, that would be great. I'm like, yes, that would be awesome.
Okay, he's got about 1,000 gold worth of books he could sell you at the moment.
Okay, Alex. Alex, do you care if I spend 1,000 gold on books?
I'm not there to stop.
It's not magic materials. It's not ink and paper.
This would probably be one of the things you want to do from your guys' separate funds, considering this is going towards the
We
library.
don't have
for-
separate funds.
Oh, all right.
So,
I thought you guys had ended up splitting it.
did we split it?
No, that's too much to track.
How much do we have now?
5K.
Okay. Well, you're right if I spend 1,000 of it?
Well, you'll just find out, won't you?
Okay.
I think he's asking Alex, not even Drael.
Well, I have no opinion.
Oh, okay, then great. Yeah, I spent 1,000 gold.
Okay.
So when I
fuck my brother. Who cares about him?
when I'm asking you those questions, it's like a player question.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be like, wonderful. Now I'm gonna pull. Out, I'm not gonna like pull all the gold out, but I'm gonna kind of like pull out 1,000 and hand it to him.
And thank you. As he takes it and just kind of leaves it on the edge of the desk. You can tell by his attitude this is not a lot of money to him.
Yeah.
He puts it aside. I will. Well, where should they be delivered?
I would.
Or you can pick them up. I can have them in a crate on the edge for you.
You can send them to. I'll give him the mail. The mail.
The bar you guys usually use as a
Yeah,
tavern.
sure.
Of course, yes, I know of it.
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you.
Well, lovely. This was a rather interesting friend of yours, Sasha.
So, just one more thing.
Of
that,
course.
Obviously with books, there's value. Something I'm also looking for is information.
Of course.
Rumors, locations, places of interest, and, old places, that type of thing.
Ruins and such, yes.
Yeah, or, hints of magic that might have been lost and not reclaimed.
Well, if this is an interest of yours, I can try to collect some texts in my travels towards it, and you can
Okay.
add them to your library.
Thank you. And then also, I have the ability to contact somebody magically. Are you okay? Are you comfortable with me sending you messages?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
We are quite proficient in the magic, yes.
Okay. Thank you. I'll reach out to shake his hand.
He shakes yours back. Well, for a friend of Sasha's. Thank you, Uncle Nick. It's much appreciated.
All
Well,
right.
is there anything else you want to talk about? Well, no. I'll see you for dinner, right? Of course, yes. I will come for dinner. I have your father to expect me. Should I bring the food this time? Last time was a little embarrassing. You insult us, Nick. Well, you get used to a certain sort of life, you know. Yes, you can bring some food. That's all right. And you will cook it this time? Yes, I will cook it this time. Thank you. Hello.
Hey,
What you looking for?
I'm just seeing what kind of notes you have.
Yes. These are my my point form for
Yeah.
this session.
That's cool.
Well, it has been lovely. I will see you tonight, Sasha. It was pleasure to make your acquaintance, Berrian.
Okay. Yeah, you as well.
I
Thank
think
you.
he also wanted to see if he could take a look at
Oh
the,
yes. I'm like, I'm Sancho Boat. Can I please inspect the propulsion gems below and just look at the general how the ship navigates?
Well, if you want to take a look, certainly, but you will need some method of flight.
Oh, I touched myself and cast fly.
Excellent, yes. You may not touch them, but I shall come out and oversee, and nobody should give you trouble if I am there.
Okay. So I'm going to pull out magnifying glass kind of thing and go around and I'm also going to cast detect magic as a ritual,
Okay.
and just go over and kind of like looking.
Yeah,
inspecting the boat.
he'll open the door for you guys. As you guys get to the door before him, you notice you can't turn the knob until he gets there and turns it for you and lets you guys out of his
Do I
cabin.
see magic on the door?
Not visibly, but you'd be familiar with this spell. This is the arcane lock spell. As he shuts it and locks it behind him and leads you guys out and just kind of leans up on the railing as you take some time to cast the spell and you start
I'm like going
hovering around them.
drawing like pictures of them and the different like cuts and everything and the type of magic that's coming from them and like the angles and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
As they're large. They're bigger than you are. Like you could fit several of you if you were willing to like squeeze inside of them. They dominate kind of the sides of the ship, and they're cut just like the top of a diamond. You know where they cut like the pyramid on the bottom and then the faceted top. It's like that, and it's been cut off. They're set in these metal holders that are built into the ship, and they hum with energy as they hold the ship aloft.
Okay.
And they're definitely covered in magic.
Okay. I'll spend that and I'll say thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I mean, if you're interested in getting a ship, I know a few suppliers, but it is dangerous for those not used to it to fly in the sky. Many creatures take not so kindly to visitors in their domain.
Well, you have to have the right crew for sure, but
That is a start, yes.
it's something down the road, I think.
Well, as long as you promise not to go into competition with us.
No, but say if I was to have a what are they called, airship? Maybe one day my college would have an airship pad or two.
Well, that would be quite interesting. Anyways, enjoy your day. As Sasha will. Well, you first again, as I said. Oh, actually, no, I suppose that she starts climbing down the ladder.
I'm like, or as she says that, I'm like stepping onto the ladder. I'm like, what? Oh. Okay, I step back up and let her go. I like grab her hand and like help her down.
Yeah, as she accepts and you help her get onto it as she kind of gingerly makes her way down the ladder and waits for you at the bottom.
Well, I suppose we should finish our stroll, hey?
Well, perhaps we could do the other side of the bargain.
Yes. Okay. And then I would ask for whatever information.
Well, I usually meet him over there as she points over at the warren in the like twisting alleyways of the slums.
Oh, that's where you meet the guy that's where she meets the guy that she gets the thing from? Okay. It's by the slums, so I'd be kind of familiar with it a little bit.
Yeah, you're, although it's changed enormously since you were last here, the ever-shifting and rebuilding nature of it, it would be fairly unfamiliar after the months that have passed.
Okay. All right. I'll walk with her over to it.
Yeah, she leads the way over and stops at one corner and just kind of peeks over and...
I can look at her, I'm like, do you want me to do it right now?
Well, I was rather hoping.
Okay,
I mean, if you'd like to wait a week, this is our day that we meet, though.
That's fine. I'm going to cast...
Also make me a perception check.
Is it +4, Alex, or +3?
+4.
Okay. Open Dice X. Oh yeah, and if we do a quick promotion of something that we're never paid for, and we'll probably never get paid for, Dice X is a great app on the iOS store for rolling a bunch of virtual dice. It's awesome. Dice X, if you hear that. Yeah.
Dice X, we're waiting for our check in the mail. Thank you.
Okay, 14 plus 4 is 18.
18. Okay, you glance around the corner, and you would see leaning up against one of the ramshackle huts built like 3 stories high is a man. He's dressed in a dark cloak, although the hood is pulled back. And you can see a mostly bald head, although it looks like he hasn't shaved in a while as some of the hair is starting to come in and kind of a military cut. And he's just leaning there, looks to be in his middle ages, probably human.
Okay. I'm going to walk over to him. And just before I go into the talk, so what I'm doing is she's working with the guy. She doesn't really want to work with her anymore, with him anymore, and I'm just kind of to gently prod him away kind of thing.
Yeah, so you get the sense that she's already tried to end the relationship unsuccessfully, and she's now looking for a little backup on making her intentions crystal clear.
Okay, so I'm going to walk over. Like, hello.
Who's this?
My name?
Wasn't talking to you.
I raised an eyebrow. I look over at Sasha.
This is a friend of mine. No friends. Well,
Speaking of no friends.
still wasn't talking to you.
Okay, well now it's my turn to talk. Sasha said she's been having troubles leaving your employment.
He looks over at her. Have you been saying this now, Sasha? I told you, I am no longer interested in supplying you, and your threats of violence are not going to work.
So, I would ask you to please distance yourself from her and let her lead her life.
Make me an intimidation check or a persuasion check, your choice.
They're both equally bad. I will roll. 3 minus 1, 2.
Well, I guess it is time to pack it in here anyways. Move on and all that.
I'm going to cast Hold Person on him.
Okay, what type of saving throw is that? That's
It's a wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw. That is a 17.
Yeah, it fails.
As you begin casting the spell, we're going to play it like that, as he's going to reach into his cloak, and you see him pulling out what looks like a silver piece of doweling, but as he pulls it out, it snaps out into a staff, like a quarter staff.
Okay, bonus action. If I'm able to
Yeah, what do you want
play
to
the song.
Okay. As you begin to hum, as the song fills around you and fills the air, you start to feel the vibrations connecting
I'm
with
also
you.
so I always have mage armor up. Like I just cast it.
Yeah, and cast it near the beginning of the day.
Yeah, and every So
As he's going to plant the staff,
Mhm.
enjoy. And you'll see from where it hits the ground,
Mhm.
blackness spreading like the darkness spell, as it swallows both of you up. And as the darkness clears, you find yourself in an unfamiliar landscape. As I
is she there with me?
going to pull us. Yeah, you would find yourself and her in this landscape. Bring you in there, and oops, that's the wrong button. I'm going to use Lorelei's token for her, just because that works easily. And
You don't know who she is yet this timeline.
glancing about, you would see behind you a figure you don't recognize. A humanoid, although he appears to be made out of armor. Black metal making up this pseudo armor, but you can see just the darkness in the helm, red shoulders, and red highlights to different parts of the armor. As someone else seems to be sucked into this as well. However, the figure you were just speaking to, the supplier for Sasha, or who she was supplying, is nowhere to be seen. You do, however, see 4 pieces of a silver quarterstaff planted into the ground. You find yourself in an almost ghostly forest clearing. It looks to be almost like a full 100 feet across.
Okay.
There's stones in the red matted grass that makes up the ground here. And at the center of these kind of swirling stones is a sphere, about 10 feet across, of a kind of murky brown liquid that's holding itself like a foot or 2 off the ground, and there's just this perfect kind of rippling sphere of liquid.
Okay.
And it is in the center of the 4 portions of staff.
And the staff is stuck there, kind of thing.
Yeah, they're stuck in the ground on the 4 corners of this swirling sphere.
I'm gonna look at Sasha and be like, "I'm sorry about that, but it seems like we might as well deal with this now. It's probably for the best."
Where are we?
I feel like he's transported us to another plane.
Another plane?
Can I see if through what I know if I've ever heard about something like this or a place that?
Yeah, go ahead and make me an Arcana check.
Oh baby, welcome to proficiency. Okay, that is a 17 plot as a 24.
24. You're not certain where you are. But you're guessing exactly as you said, that you've been pulled into some sort of plane or demi-plane of some sort. Judging by the rather unique atmosphere here, it's probably more than just like a magic creation. You're probably this is probably some sort of world you've ended up on, although it seems you're in a limited part of it, as
Okay.
fog just dominates the tree line around you.
Okay, I'll learn from like most likely some type of demi-plane or plane, but I think it's an actual chunk of space. It doesn't seem to be magically created.
As what do you do about your new metallic friend?
And then I turn over to him. I'm like, "Why are you here?"
As Daniel,
Mhm.
you were walking about in the. You were exploring the city of Alakran, having just arrived by airship,
Mhm.
when you saw a figure, an elven man walking with a woman, and you're certain you've never seen him before, but there's some familiarity about him that just drew you to him.
Mhm.
No idea what it is. You're certain the face isn't familiar at all, but just something, some sort of resonance, some sort of connection, spurred you on to follow them. And you followed them into an alleyway where you saw them having a meeting with a strange, shadowed figure.
That guy. Okay.
You managed to stay hidden around the corner. However, when some sort of item was pulled out, you found yourself suddenly sucked into this strange world you find yourself in now.
Mhm.
Before it happened, however, you heard a familiar vibration through the air
Mhm.
that seemed to ring among your armor and in your mind. As you realized what familiarity pulled you to him, he
Mhm.
is a blade singer, just like your old companion.
Oh, the staff guy.
No, the
The
person
elf.
you were following,
Oh, the elf and the male and female elf.
as you were following Berrian.
Oh, okay.
This is your other character. If you want to give him
Okay.
a description, so everybody knows what he looks like.
I had the name. Shit. Did I tell you the name?
Shit is a weird name. No,
No,
you did not give me the name.
Damn it, I just had it. Oh, his name is Bulwark.
Bulwark. Okay.
He's gonna turn to them. He's like, at thirst. At first, I thought I recognized you. And he's gonna kind of like stop talking.
Just you're both waiting for him to continue.
Barry's like, can you fully answer the question? I gave the reciprocal answer that was demanded. The other part of your question was improperly queried. Barry's gonna be like, okay, why were you following us? Well, at first I thought I recognized you, but then I realized I just recognized that you were a blade singer. Oh, a blade singer. They're not very common around here. When would I know he's a Warforged?
Yes, it's
Okay.
immediately obvious.
I haven't seen a lot of Warforged, but there's also not a lot of blade singers. Where would you have met a blade singer? I am at the current state not making that information available, as I would not like to be taken advantage of.
I love the conversation, but are we going to worry about the weird floating sphere?
Possibly. Brandon's like, are you willing? We don't know where you are. You want to help us with this? Seems prudent.
Great. Please avoid stabbing us in the back, Mr. Stocky Robot.
That was not my intention. And he's gonna like,
Good.
are you armed?
I am.
Can I see your armament?
She pulls a wand from her cloak.
Okay, good. I will stand in front. He's just like, clunk, clink, clink, clunk.
As he begins to move, the sphere that you guys have been looking at, you would notice facing towards you guys, an eye opens on the watery sphere and is now just floating on the center of it, staring at him as he begins to move.
Would I have seen this, or do I know anything about this?
Very unlikely, but you could make me an Arcana check.
No, not Berrian. The
The Warforged?
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Okay. Well, I'll roll for Berrian anyways. Okay, so that's going to be 14.
Nope. You are totally unfamiliar with this
Okay.
creature.
Berrian's going to walk forward.
As you step, you see another eyeball above the first open and begin to track your movements as they move independently of one another.
Interesting. You ever seen or heard anything like this, Sasha?
No. As she, shuffles to the side a little and a third eyeball opens up and begins to track her.
Okay.
That is creepy.
Yeah. I'm gonna try. Like, how far am I from it?
You are currently 10, 20, about 25 feet from it.
Um, hello. We are not sure where we are. Do you know? Could you tell us where we're currently at?
The blue eye just stares back at you, although no mouth or no noise answers your query.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to look around the space. I'm gonna like start walking over and like looking
Yeah,
around.
you have the spiral of stones leading to it in the center. The 4 portions of the staff that have been put in either corner about 30 feet away from one another in a square around it.
Okay.
And other than that, just the mist-filled forest that surrounds this clearing and the
Okay.
red grass.
Berrian's gonna go up to one of the staff pieces.
Okay.
And look at it and then try to pull it out.
Okay, go ahead and make me an Arcana check.
Arcana. Oh yeah. It's a 19.
Okay. Looking at it, you can see it's definitely charged with magic, and from the humming in the air with your blades on, you can feel that it is what's binding you to this place at the moment. This is what has opened whatever brought you here, and is keeping you here. Looking at it, yeah, if you wanted to get home, destroying it or disrupting the magic in some way would be your best bet.
Okay. I'm gonna just kind of step back and send a message
Okay.
to Sasha and be like, "Can you dispel magic?"
No, I'm afraid not. I can provide a little muscle if we need.
Summons?
Well, as she waves her wand a little bit, and you would see materializing from shadow 2 skeletons.
Oh, necromancer.
Well, I mean, it is the college.
I have a feeling that this thing is going to attack us. So if it does, could you have them distract us? I think we need to pull either remove those posts or dispel the magic off them to get out of here. And I think he's a bodyguard.
Well,
I said the same thing to the...
yeah, you're speaking to the 2 of them. I'll follow your lead, I suppose.
Okay.
Should I get my skeletons to move up towards it?
And I'm going to show him the post, the first post there.
Yeah.
Tell them to go, each one to grab a post. I'll go grab one post, and Bulwark, you grab a post as well.
Okay.
So-
You head to that one there. I'll say Bulwark goes to that one, and skeletons head to the other 2. You guys all reach towards them?
Yeah.
All right. As the creature is going to make an attack against each of you. As from the formerly just nice flat sphere that was going on, just undulating with water occasionally, and the eyeballs tracking each of you, 2 more opening for each of the skeletons and following them. Suddenly tendrils shoot out, forming from the liquid towards each of you.
Okay.
That is an 18 to hit you.
Oh, that misses.
That is a 26 to hit Bulwark.
That does.
The 27 will hit the first skeleton, and the 21 will hit the second skeleton,
Okay.
as each of you are now grappled by a separate tentacle.
Bulwark is going to reaction rage.
He can rage on a reaction
I'm pretty sure that... Or it's...
as a bonus. So
Sure.
we're going to roll initiative.
I read one of their things wrong. Okay, that is 22. And then, Alex, what's Bulwark's initiative?
+1 and you have an advantage.
Oh. Okay, yeah, it's 11.
11. All right.
Rolled a 10 and a 2.
So, Bulwark gets 11.
I got-
I'll roll for Sasha, who gets a 7.
I got 22 for Berrian.
22 for Berrian.
Berrian.
And then this creature gets a 6.
Okay. Bum, 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 bum.
I don't want that hidden there, and I don't want that hidden. As, okay, Berrian, you are up first.
So I'm not grappled, right?
You are not grappled, that is
Okay.
correct.
I'm going to step up, grab one of the staffs, and pull it out.
Okay, you step over, grab onto the staff, heave, make me an athletics check.
Okay. Is it +1 or +3, Alex?
Sorry, which roll?
Athletics.
You have a +3.
I have a 16. 13 + 3.
16, you are unable to pull it from the ground, as it should just be a like a straight shaft going down, but something holds it to the ground there.
Okay. That is my action. I have nothing else to do.
All right. Next up is I just want to make sure we've got a good angle. Yes. Okay. So next up is your character,
Bulwark.
Bulwark, who I need to rename.
So, Bulwark is going to see, like Berrian trying to pull it out. He's going to move over to the one post, and he's going to try to pull it out.
Okay. I need an athletics check from him as well. He's grappled, so he is at disadvantage for this.
So I'm gonna bonus action.
Sorry, bonus action rage, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, as he begins to feel the rage pour over him.
And then,
Oops, what happened to him? Seemed to have removed him from the combat somehow.
Alex, what's his normal to hit? Like it's 7 or 8?
To hit for Bulwark is +7.
Okay. Yeah. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready. What
Okay.
is he doing?
So he's currently grappled.
Yes.
So he has a battle axe and a shield.
This takes an action to escape this grapple, by the way. This is not a normal grapple.
He's not escaping.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know about that.
Okay. So he's going to take a swing at the tendril that's hitting him.
Okay.
So I'll roll to hit.
As you can see, as he looks down where it wraps around him, the liquid starts to like harden almost like stone. And
Okay. So that's going to be a 21.
a 21 will hit.
Okay, so I'll do my damage. Okay. And then he's going to have... Alex, what's his damage? Like his normal damage?
Normal damage.
Yeah.
There, now I have some skeletons.
And it's D8 +4.
Well, wouldn't it be +5 because he has 20 strength?
Is 18.
Oh, okay. And then so it goes to 6. So that's going to be 12 regular damage and 6 necrotic damage.
Okay. 12 regular and 6 necrotic. That is on the third one of those. As he slams into the silvered haft of the staff that's stuck there. And you can see it as he slams into it, starts to like chip and break off portions of it. The necrotic does not seem to do anything to it, however. As it starts to kind of fracture and break, although it looks like it's still holding itself together fairly well at the moment.
Okay. I didn't hit the tendril from the monster. That's what I was swinging
Oh, the tendril. Sorry, I thought you were swinging at the thing.
No, I was swinging at the tendril.
Okay, tendril for the monster. So 12. Let me...
And 6 necrotic.
Okay, so that is 18 damage in total to... Let me... Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. That's why. Okay, 18 damage to the creature.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. It still looks uninjured at the moment.
Uninjured?
Yes. Like, it took damage, but it has not yet moved into injured.
Okay, well, I will hit it again.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
That is a 17.
17 will just hit.
Okay. Same song and dance. Okay, so that's still 12 damage of normal. I'm using so slashing, and then the new one is that is going to be 7. No, sorry, 9 necrotic damage. So it's a total of 21, or 9 plus. Yeah, 21
21 damage. Okay.
total with 9 necrotic.
Okay. As you slam into the tendril again, cutting towards it and chipping the stone there as more liquid flows and covers over it to fix the spots that are broken and hardened to stone.
How does it look now?
Still not into injured yet.
Okay.
As that was Bulwark's turn, that brings us to our skeletons and Lady Sasha. They're both going to make attacks against this thing here. That's going to miss. And that one's going to hit as it swings the sword in its hand towards it. And that is towards the first one. So that is 9 damage to the first one. Alright. I also want to open a stat block for skeleton.
How are these pulls looking?
The one that he just hit to 9 damage looks great. Looks a little damaged.
And the one that I hit? Oh no, I never hit it.
Never hit it. Yeah. Okay, and then that's bringing us to her turn. As she's there, she is going to, and her skeletons, as well as you would watch her cast Mage Armor over herself.
Okay.
Which would bring us to this creature. Okay, it has 3 of you grappled. So starting with Bulwark, that is a 14 to hit Bulwark.
That misses.
Okay, that'll hit the skeleton, and that'll definitely hit the skeleton. And they have 13 hit points. Oops, dropped that in my trail mix. Okay, that one's dead. And that one's dead. As both of the skeletons are destroyed immediately as this thing crushes their bones into powder.
Okay, so they're dead.
It's also going to make an attack against you and Sasha.
My god.
That is a 29 to hit you.
Yeah, that hits.
You are currently grappled.
Okay.
And then for Sasha, that is a 16 with... That's just going to hit. As she is also now grappled.
Okay.
I need to keep track of this, so I am going to put some symbols on people. Okay. That is the end of its turn. Berrian, you're up.
Okay. And it's a full action to...
Full action to escape, yeah.
Okay.
Does still require a roll as well.
Yeah. Alright, I will try to escape.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an athletics or an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics. Okay, I rolled a 7 and a 14 because I have advantage. And that will be a 22.
Okay. You manage to expand a bit and you can feel the like stony bit around you. And then you suck your arms in and drop as it tightens above you. And you pull yourself to your feet as it turns back into a liquid and darts towards the creature. There's now just a little tendril waiting below the eye that stares at you.
Okay,
What are you doing with your bonus action movement?
I'll go and move over by a rod.
You're already by a rod.
Okay, then I will stay by the rod.
Okay.
And then who else am I... Oh, no, that was just Berrian then.
Bulwark is up.
Okay, he's like... Current... Well, I'm getting used to him. I don't want to make him like sound too robot-y. So
Well, no,
I'm gonna...
they don't. They can have expressful voices.
Yeah. My current battle plan is ineffective. He's gonna try and get rid of that.
Right, athletics or acrobatics check, please.
Athletics. Alex, what's my athletics bonus?
With
Well,
Bulwark is a +7.
okay. That's a 22.
That is a success as he pulls it off himself, like throwing stone, and you can hear the scrape of the metal against the stone as it too turns back into liquid and shoots towards the sphere, hanging below the eye that watches him.
So that technically took out my attack action, right?
Your entire action, yeah.
Okay, and then I will, as a bonus action, I'm going to shield slam the big guy.
Do you have to be next to him to do that?
Aren't I next to him?
You're not. No, you're by one of the poles. He is
how
5, 15, 20, 30 feet away.
So he's 30 feet in the middle of all of those rods. Okay. I don't do anything.
You have your movement action if you wanted to move up to him.
Yeah, sure. I'll move up to him.
Okay, as you run up till you're next to him, and then you're doing the
Shield slam.
slam. So that is an opposed. What is it again? Attack check or
Yeah, I'm shoving. Yeah, so he has to. Alex, can you look
it's
at?
from the Shield Master feat, right?
Yeah,
Or whatever they call it.
shield mastery.
Oh no, it's if you take the attack action on your turn, you can use.
I
bonus
used the attack action,
shove,
so.
sure, within 5 feet of you with your shield. Yeah, so it's a shove.
Okay, so then that how is that opposed? That's
Shove. Combat. Shoving a creature. Do. Contest in combat. Shoving a creature.
pretty sure it's athletics.
So instead of making an attack roll, you make an athletics check contested by the target's athletics check
Okay.
or acrobatics.
Okay, right on. That is going to be a 19.
All right. That is a 7 on its part.
Mm-hmm.
As you push it 5 feet away, which is also going to pull your other 2 companions 5 feet forward.
Oh yeah, Sasha and.
Anything else from Bulwark? I think he's out though.
Oh, then we're done.
Okay, that brings us to Sasha, seeing her 2 skeletons destroyed.
Did it go? I wanted to knock it prone.
It is immune to being knocked prone, as it is a floating sphere.
Okay.
But you slam into it with your shield. It feels like hitting liquid as you push it back. Sasha, seeing this be ineffective, is going to magic missile towards the skeleton already damaged. There's 3 bolts slam into it. So that's
Into the skeleton?
No, into the piece of staff that damaged.
Okay.
4, 5 plus 3. That's 8 damage to that one.
And it's force.
It's force damage.
How are they looking now?
Okay, so that one is at 17 damage. So that would put that one into injured.
Okay. Cool.
All right. As those go off, and you can hear the shattering sound of them against the silvered staff there, the cracks starting to spread across it. It is this creature's turn again. We're going to start with the roll to hit Bulwark. That is a 24.
That hits.
He is grappled. You had escaped as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. That is a 22.
Bonus action reaction shield. It doesn't hit me.
Okay, as you see this coming towards you, your wand comes up and as you see stone slam against the shield there, and you're like holding it there as it retracts with a. Alright, Sasha, still being within this, it's going to make an attack against her. That is a 22, which will hit, so it's going to roll damage.
Dim damage. It's a lot of dice.
22 damage. Sasha.
Is she like an NPC or is she like a...
She is an NPC, yes.
Okay.
She is a student at the college.
Yeah,
She would be unconscious.
Dead?
Unconscious.
So you only had like 22 hit
She
points?
has less than 22 hit points, yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Okay. That's its turn, as that brings us to Berrian.
I'm going to turn, and I'm going to cast a spell on one of the rod by me.
The one beside you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a spell casting check.
What level is the spell that I'm...
What level are you casting the spell at?
Would I have an idea of the magic I'm dealing with?
It's I mean, to pull you here, it's reasonably powerful magic.
Sure, we'll go with 3.
Okay, so go ahead and roll.
24? No, yeah, 24.
Okay, 24 is a success as you cast towards it, and you see as the wave of energy hits it, there's like sparks and like a grating sound as you can see being flaked away is this magic is just getting shredded off of it as the wave passes. And what is left there now is a mundane silver rod.
Okay, I am going to move back from the creature.
Okay.
And,
You are currently 5, 15, 20 feet away from it, so where are you trying to move to?
how far away can I get from it?
Whatever your movement is.
And
are you trying to get to one of the other rods? Or are you just trying to move back from
I'm
it?
trying to I'm 20 feet away from it, right?
Yes.
I'm trying to get more like 40 feet away from it, but put a rod in between us.
I don't think you're going to have enough movement for that because you just did the one nearest to you, so you're going to have to go like southeast to do that, and it is west of you, but if you're moving away from it and that direction, 5, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40 is your movement?
50.
Okay, so 40, 45, 50 would get you there, which puts you 5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. You're 55 feet away from the creature.
Good. That's good.
And you are about 10, 15, 20 feet away from one of the rods.
Okay.
Do I have the thing turned on where it counts movement the way I like? I don't. There we go. I just turned on the 5-10 rule.
Awesome.
So now I can use the ruler.
Cool.
So, anything else with your turn?
No, not really.
All right. In that case, that brings us to Bulwark, as Berrian shatters the magic on one of the rods and then retreats backwards.
Mm-hmm.
What does Bulwark do as he is currently grappled?
I have, Alex, I have two third level spell slots with Berrian.
Remember, you did fly earlier as well.
Yes.
I have 3 third levels.
Okay, so I have 1 left. Ow. Bulwark is he still by, close to
He
him?
has 5 feet between him and it, and he's currently grappled.
Yeah. Alright, I'll try and get out of the grapple.
Okay, make an athletics or an acrobatics check for him.
That is going to be a 17.
That is a failure as he's like trying to pull himself out, but remains caught in the stony tendril that's wrapped around him.
Okay.
All right, that brings us to Sasha, who is unconscious, which brings us to the creature, which will release Sasha. It will try to hit you as you are still within its range.
55 feet?
Yep, that's a 13 to hit.
Misses.
Okay, and then the one is going to squeeze around your penny. That's a 19 to hit Bulwark.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. As that is.
What type of damage is this?
That is 16 bludgeoning damage
Halved.
as the rocks crush around him.
Yeah.
Which brings us to Berrian.
So he oh yeah, he failed. Okay, I cast Dispel Magic on the one rod there.
Roll me again, please. As you towards the one closest to you. Because
Yeah.
you've got like 60 feet of range.
Sure, I'll hit one that's farther away from me than the one that's close to
You
me.
have to move forward 5 feet.
Well, he can still hit me anyway, so sure, 5 feet, and I'll hit the other one.
Okay. As you step forward, casting at the one further, go ahead and roll the check as you see the magic start to grate and grind against the enchantment on the other rod.
Does a 23.
Yes, as you would once again hear the shattering of the spell as it's ripped off.
Yeah.
And you can feel the vibration of the magic halt as that is the one that had been damaged, I believe. Yes, that one was the one that the skeleton and
Okay.
Sasha had managed to damage.
I'm also going to snap Roscoe in,
Okay.
and I'm going to give Alex. Do I have a healing potion?
Probably. If we split them up,
snap Roscoe and give him a healing potion and like give him a tell. Just, hey, go give that to Sasha.
Okay, as he grabs it in his claws with a woo woo,
Yeah.
flaps towards her. That's his action this turn. So next turn he can try to do something about that.
Okay.
Okay. So that's Berrian's turn, which brings us to Bulwark, still currently grappled there.
Okay, I'll try to ungrapple. Yep, that's an 11.
That is failure, as he is still stuck in this stony tendril of this creature.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That
He's
brings us to as he's. You just see the Warforged struggling there.
He's
would
getting
be
louder
struggling.
and louder.
Yeah, just the rage. Sasha's still unconscious.
You see
which
that he
brings
starts
us
to have this kind of like weird, like bronzy yellowish kind of glow, kind of just like slowly pushing out from him.
Okay. Just rage engulfing. That is an 18 to hit Berrian.
No, it misses.
All right, and that is a natural 20 to hit Bulwark.
Yep.
Okay. So this is going to be. That is 56 bludgeoning damage as it
Yeah.
crushes around him.
So that is 28 bludgeoning damage.
And 8 bludgeoning damage to him.
Mm-hmm.
As Berrian, you're up.
38. 41. Okay. I'm running over to the one in front of me.
Okay.
And I'm going
Step
to.
forward 10 feet as you find yourself before one of the ones.
Yeah, and I'm going to bonus act. Oh, wait, hold on. I don't have anything on bonus action that are concentration. Bonus action, I'm going to cast Shadow Blade.
Shadow Blade, okay.
Yeah, and then I'm going to take 2 attacks. And you said it's gloomy here, right? You said like a dark.
I wouldn't call it dim light, no, but it's foggy around you.
Okay. But like the light penetrates the fog completely, or?
Yeah, it's not dim light. There's
Okay.
enough light that it would be considered.
Sure. So I hit the thing twice.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit.
That's lots. Over 20.
Yes, that will hit.
And then the second one. That is also 17.
17. Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, well, I'll do the first one. Okay. And then I'll do the 2D. Okay. Okay. Alex, Green Flame Blade. Is that
Yes.
1d8 on the when you're hitting?
1d8 on the attack. 2d8 plus 4 in your case. There's something next to it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just adding an extra d8. Sorry. Okay. So that is going to be 21 magical damage and 8 fire damage on the first one.
Okay, the fire damage does nothing.
Okay.
But the 21 is force damage, or what is it?
Magical.
There's no such thing as magical damage.
So
it'll be your weapon type, probably.
Yes, but it's magical and
Oh, yeah.
resistances.
Yeah, that's all right. So 1, 2, 3.
Slashing.
You are on the fourth one, so that's 21 damage to that one. As that thing is looking injured, as far as a stick can look injured.
I'll do my second attack.
All right, go ahead and roll damage. As you slide across it, you can feel the blade
20 or no, 19.
damage.
No, to
You
hit.
already
I
rolled
already
it.
hit. Never mind.
Yeah, as you feel the magically sharpened blade cleaving into
Okay,
that one and
1d8.
damaging the spell around it.
28, Okay. 21 magical, or yeah, 21 slashing magical damage again.
Okay, that's a total of 42, which puts it into crippled, as far as a stick can be crippled, as you start
Great.
to tear up the silvered stick and destroy the enchantment around it.
Okay, cool. That's my turn. Don't wear it out.
Okay, I need a check from your owl to try and feed this potion with claw, wing,
What
and beak.
type of check?
Dexterity check.
Okay, great.
please.
He's a +3 or something? Or +1?
I shall check what the owl has for dexterity. Your owl has a +1 to dexterity with a 13.
Okay. That's a 4.
Okay, make me another one to see if he wastes some of the potion.
Jesus. That's a 19.
Okay, so does not waste any, but it's...
So
he's got it like held between
he's
his
gonna,
claws as he's trying to pull the cork out with his beak.
Sure.
Okay, that is Berrian and his owl. Bulwark is up, as you are still grappled.
He
there,
is
Bulwark,
going to
having just
try
been
and,
crushed mightily.
So is there something of bull rush?
No, there's not in 5e. Plus you're grappled, which means your speed is 0. However, you only have 5 feet between you, so if you had reach at all, you'd be able to hit it from here.
He has a 23 to break a grapple.
Okay, as he... and that, like, color that's been expanding comes forward and
And it goes out now.
tears it off of him.
Yeah, and then he is going to... What am I going to do? Can't really do anything. He's going to run over to the nearest, staff thing.
Okay, that would be the one that Berrian's on, but he can also make it to the other one if you want to run.
I'll go to the other one.
Okay.
And once he gets there, he's just going to...
Okay, so that one and that one have been destroyed, so 5, 10, 20, 25, 30 leaves him 5 feet away from it.
Okay.
Which
sure.
means he would need reach to hit it from where he is currently.
Okay, yeah, sure, that's fine.
All right. Okay, that brings us to the creature. We're going to start with an attack on Berrian. It's a 13.
Misses.
And a 16 to hit Bulwark.
Misses.
Okay.
Now the game field opens up.
Berrian, you're up. As the one before you was looking cracked and broken, you can see you've almost shorn the thing in half, which will surely ruin the enchantment.
So the first attack was a 17, well over 20.
Yep.
And another 17. Jesus.
Those will both hit.
Okay, I'll roll my damage.
All right. You need to do 8 more damage to destroy it.
Okay. 3, 7. It's good. We're dead.
Okay. As you... and you hear the as it snaps, and you cut the thing in half, having hacked into it several times already. You feel the whole world shaking around you as the thing holding you to it becomes more and more tenuous, and you realize it's not the plane shaking, it's you as you're being vibrated in spot.
Oh.
As the magic desperately tries to bind you here.
And how far am I from the other pillar?
From the other pillar, you are 70 feet.
Okay, I'm going to move 20 feet so that I can
Actually,
get
I
within.
think it would be... Sorry, it's 65 feet.
Okay, I'm going to move 10 feet forward. In a way, I want to get 55 feet from the other rod.
All right. Sure, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, 50 feet away is right there. So.
And then my second attack, I'm going to throw my sword.
Okay.
So it's light. You can throw it. Has a range of 60 feet.
Okay.
Okay.
The long range of 60 feet, which means you're at disadvantage, I believe.
I don't think it has long range.
This is from what?
Shadow Blade.
The Shadow Blade.
It might, but I remember reading it. It just was up to 60 feet.
It is 20 short range, 60 long range. So you are at disadvantage from here.
Right on. I rolled a 9 and a 15. The 9 goes to a 16.
A 16 will just hit as you... The shadowy blade goes sailing through the air towards it.
Yeah. 6, 6, 8, 12, 15. That's a 20 magic slashing.
20 slashing damage.
Magic slashing.
Yeah, one more.
Okay.
Okay. as that would put it into injured. That brings us to Bulwark.
He's teed up. He's gonna walk over 5 feet, and he's on the other side of Berrian.
Okay, that'll take 5, 10, 15 feet to be on the other side from Berrian.
Okay, sure. And he's going to swing twice.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
The first one is a 19.
Okay.
That hit?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. And the second one is a 16.
16 will hit.
Okay. So we'll start with the first one. Okay. 8, and I'll roll that. Okay. 6. So that's going to be 8 plus 4 plus 2, 6 damage. That's going to be 14 of regular slashing damage.
Okay.
And then the other one is a 6 plus.
What weapon is he using?
Battle axe.
Battle axe. Okay, as you start.
And then 10 necrotic damage.
Alright, as that would put it to crippled.
And I will make my last attack.
He has 3 attacks?
Oh, 2 attacks. I only rolled damage for the first one so far.
Wait, you did 10 and 14 damage on the first attack?
So I have something called. Basically, with the way it works is I roll a d8 for my battle axe plus my strength plus 2 because I'm raging.
Yeah.
And then I have another ability that once one hit per attack round, I get to add a d6 plus half of my barbarian level as necrotic damage or radiant, but I chose necrotic.
The necrotic would not do anything. So which one was that?
That was the 10. So
Okay.
it's still going to be
34.
14
Yeah.
damage.
Yep. Okay, go ahead and take your second attack. Which you
Oh,
rolled
I
the
said
hit
it was
for already.
16.
Yeah.
I'll roll my damage. Okay, so we got 5 plus 6. That is 11 damage of normal slashing.
Okay. Yeah, as that would leave it crippled, nearly destroyed, as 2 hefty... just the black energy of the necrotic vanishing around it to no effect.
We also didn't do my bird.
You're correct. Make me another dexterity check for the bird. as it-
Come on.
trying to pull this cap off of this potion ball.
That is a... He was a plus 1?
Yes.
18.
Okay, as it, with a pop, manages to pull it off and pour it into her mouth.
And he's just like... he flies into the air.
Goes off. Alright, and I'm pretty sure we are using the table for this one, right?
Are we using the table, Alex?
We had talked about that we were using the...
Alex, are you there?
I believe so.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, that's fine.
and I like the...
Can I roll the dice?
Yes, you can.
Okay, what am I rolling?
I just gotta open up Adventure Conquer King. Spells, features. Mortals. Alright. I gotta turn things sideways here. So, you're gonna roll me a d20.
Okay. What's my bonus?
So, no negative there. No problem there. Treated within 1 round. Yeah, so you get a +2.
Mm-hmm.
And then she has no con mod, so it's just a +2.
Okay, that's 16. 14 plus 2.
16, and then roll me a d6 as well, please.
Okay. That's a 3.
3. Alright, so she comes to as the potion pours down her throat and begins to mend the wounds. She wakes up in shock, so she recovers with 1 hit point and requires magical healing to heal further.
Okay.
And you can see there's where like the cloak is torn. You can see some nasty scars have like developed around her midriff, where the rocks have crushed her ribs, and you can see where some of them like broke through the skin. That will probably leave behind some scarring.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that is the bird's turn. Bulwark already went. She's conscious. She is going to get up and move back 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 feet to try and get out of the reach of the creature. She's like stumbling backwards away from it.
She could also take the dodge action. If she
That
wanted
is
to.
probably what she's going to do.
Yeah.
As this creature is up, starting with Bulwark. That is a 20, dirty 20 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, as he is currently grappled.
Mm.
13 to hit you again.
No.
I've been rolling like 5 or below to hit you consistently.
Yeah, that's great.
And disadvantage to hit her means a 13 to hit her as well, which will miss with Mage Armor still active.
Wonderful.
As it shoots towards her, and the armor, ching, as it briefly becomes visible and knocks off the piece of stone. Okay. That brings us back to Berrian.
I am going to throw my sword twice.
Okay. You use your bonus action to have it reappear in your hand. You only have one bonus action, so you're only going to get one throw.
Do I have to use a bonus action to make it reappear?
Yes,
Or?
you can use a bonus action to cause the sword to reappear in your hand.
Okay, I'll get one attack.
So you are at disadvantage because of the range.
Yep, I rolled a 3, so that doesn't hit.
That is a miss.
Okay, and then I'm going to... Yeah, that's it.
All right, that brings us to Bulwark.
Bulwark's,
Grappled now, but next to the stone there.
Bulwark's going to... Oh, why haven't I been doing that? Bulwark's going to look at the tendril, look at the thing, and just be like...
Also, that's a 23 to hit your bird, who is also grappled.
He would have flown... What's his fly speed?
I think it's 60.
So he would have flown like 120 feet straight up after he was done healing her.
Sure. Then we won't do that. All right. So Bulwark there.
Yeah, he's just going to look at the thing, and I will be attacking recklessly, which is a thing I forgot I can do.
You can do that, yeah. Well grappled by this creature, you have disadvantage on attacking these things, so you have
Just
a straight roll.
regular roll.
Yeah.
I rolled an 18 and a 10, so that well over 20. Like
Remember, you don't have advantage, so I don't know why you're rolling twice. Is that for both your attacks?
I'll re-roll because I forgot.
Okay.
The first was an 18 anyways, but I'll forfeit it.
Sure. Or you could take those as your 2 rolls for your attacks.
Sure.
Okay, so the
Yeah.
first one hits. I don't know what your bonus is.
That's plus that. The other one is a 17.
So they both hit.
Okay, so I'll roll damage. Okay. 4 plus. I'm not even going to worry about the necrotic. That is going to be 4 plus 6, 4. So that's going to be, the first one is 10.
10 damage. All right. This thing is almost shattered and
And then
like
the
broken
second
into 2 or 3
one
pieces.
is going to be...
You need 5 more damage.
4. You hit that. 3 plus 4 plus 2.
As you shatter that one, you would feel this like vibrating that's been going on pull you into darkness once again. As you find yourself violently ejected from this plane, thrown into the walls as you burst through one of the thin wooden walls and find yourself in somebody's like ramshackle hut here in the Warren once again. As the 3 of you are tossed in different directions, each of you takes 10 damage, as that would once again bring to unconsciousness Sasha, as you guys are just thrown into the walls of these things, and you hear the clatter of the pieces of silver staff fall around the ground around you.
Is there a way that I could attempt to cushion her at the expense of me taking more damage?
Yes, I suppose you could try. Let's make it a... I would say acrobatics, because it's almost like you're like fighting against the gravity of this thing throwing you. So trying to push yourself between you and her is a bit of a feat.
Okay, I rolled an 11 and a 15. That'll make it a 23.
Okay, you leap off as you feel yourself being thrown. Just manage to grab onto her as you push off
And
the
just
thing
kind
you're
of
coming
like
towards.
collect her in and protect you at all costs.
As you get slammed in, so you also take her damage. You take 20 damage as you find yourself through not just 1 but 2 walls with the added weight. Both of them unoccupied at the moment, but you have you've destroyed the walls of 2 homes.
Okay, I'm gonna be like, You right?
Thank you.
I'm gonna give her another potion.
As she drinks it, and you can see the wounds kind of close up, but the scarring remains around her midriff. As she's now holding up like the tattered remnants where her robe was almost like cut in half by the squeezing force of the stony tendril that was around her.
I'm gonna just kind of like she's just still laying on me. I'm gonna be like, did you know anything about that?
No.
Hey, that's fine. I'm so sorry. And he's like touching the scar. He's like, I'm really.
She is very in shock right now. She is.
I'm gonna like give her some water and just take a minute to like.
As Bulwark is like clattering as he pulls himself out of the like shattered bits of thin wood walls.
Yeah, and you can see he's like looking around, and then all of a sudden it's like, and he just kind of stops. And he's like. Deactivating. I don't know. I have to work on it.
Yeah, he'll figure him out.
It seems like our enemies left.
Yeah, and as you look around, the man who originally planted the staff is nowhere to be found.
Hey, Borg, can you grab those staff pieces? And Borg, I'll go around and collect the 4 pieces.
Okay, yeah, you grab them. They're broken into a few more pieces. Taking a quick glance at them, with 2 of them unbroken, because the spell was shattered by magic, probably worth about 80 gold in silver.
Okay. I'll put him in his pack, and then I'm gonna be just give her some water and stuff to get her out of shock.
Okay, you start like kind of wrapping her. You're holding her there. She's kind of like clinging to you, like one hand gripped in your clothes tightly, the other one holding up the bottom half of what's now a dress, like a skirt basically at this point.
Yeah.
And drinking the water as you feed it to her.
Is she like indecent or?
She's with her holding it up. No, it's kind of like a tear all the way across. But as long as she holds it there, a belt would not hurt though.
I'm going to take off my remember the white coat I had made, like the mid thigh kind of coat I had.
Yes, yeah.
And I'll give it. It'll be really long on her.
Yeah.
But I'll give it to her, and I'll basically give her a belt.
She wraps it around her, and you help her tie it off as her hands are just shaking. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
It's okay. I'm glad we were all there. If you had gone by yourself and that happened, I don't know.
I think he was trying to get rid of me.
Most likely, but you were good thoughts on your part to come by yourself, or I mean not by yourself, asking for help, good.
Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Do you think you could take me back to the Arcanum?
Okay. Sure. Or do you, we could find us. I have some medical stuff, or what do you?
I think I need some rest.
Okay. Do you have someone to help you with the Arcanum?
I have a few friends. Yes.
Okay. All right. The one thing I was going to tell her is I don't know about the Arcanum. I haven't really looked at yeah. Okay. I'll take you to the Arcanum.
As you take her back there, and she would direct you how to find her room, as she's staying in one of the lodgings that can be rented in the Arcanum.
Yeah. And Berrian was instantly yeah, we'll bring her back to the knot. And then he's like, oh wait, I'm thinking the Arcanum.
yeah. A little war in your mind. You're like, that might not be the best.
And then, when I get back to the Arcanum, I'm gonna say, Sasha.
Yes.
I usually this is it. Are we in the outer ring or the inner ring with the bar?
You were in the outer run, but you're now in the inner run.
The bar we used to first people to sit.
Oh, that's in the inner run. Also, Shay says congrats on the new house.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I hopefully get the keys on Thursday.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna go to. I'll be like, I'm really sorry about.
No, don't be. This was my fault. This was. I mean.
Okay.
I didn't know you were there.
Yeah.
Your reputation was correct. You are capable.
Well,
I feel like I've been torn in two. If you could just help me to my bed there.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over to the bed, and I'm just gonna you can see me at the Arcanum, or I also, if you want to leave a message at the bar that we hang out.
Yeah,
at.
you give her the address.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I definitely would like to talk to you about, like, some of the summoning magic and things that you do, and possibly take you up on another walk.
Well, we'll just see how I feel in a couple
No,
days.
no, like I mean, like later. But okay. I'm gonna like leave my canteen on. Is there any water in the room?
Yeah, there's a pitcher of water. It looks like it's been
Okay.
out for a couple hours, but there's a pitcher
Okay.
there. My roommate should be back in a few
Okay.
hours.
As I walk, I'm gonna walk out. I'm gonna say, "You," to Boromir, "you are a large, aggressive specimen."
Do you want to describe him? I realized you didn't actually describe what he looked like.
So he's so normally like Warforged have kind of like a base construct kind of thing. So he is. Did I say mostly red or mostly black?
Mostly black.
So he was at like a red, kind of deeper, almost what's the word I'm looking for? Like a darker red. And so when he had his what?
Burgundy would be the word, yeah.
Burgundy. Well, maybe a little redder than that.
Okay.
But so when he got equipped, he got equipped with the Juggernaut archetype. So he got equipped with like a heavy armor, and so he had black like armor plates and everything put on, and so he's a thick boy. He's got big gauntlets and like just plates all over, and when he like does or strains himself or uses his rage, he starts to get like a dull glow from basically his god or whatever that he works with. I'm kind of still building it, but that's what he looks like.
As yes, meet Bulwark, everybody, the new addition to the crew.
Yeah. So I was like, "You're a specimen." He's like, "I am not an animal." Like, no, like it's like an adjective. It's not like a description. He says, "I can see where you're trying to make that work, but it's not grammatically or correct." And then he just goes, he's like, "Where are we going?" Berrian's like, probably to my house. You want to go? Yes.
Just the most awkward. I love it. Just so stiff. As you start leading the clanking, walking armor towards the knot.
Can you walk quieter? I can try.
Just like muted clanging now.
And he's doing like the like.
Yeah, goose step almost.
Yeah.
As you guys arrive outside of the knot.
Oh shit! We didn't tell Barrick that. Oh no. I'm like, hold on. Oh, why were you following me? Do you want to maybe take more for this?
No, go ahead. You know as well as I do, I think.
Oh.
Unless you're a little fuzzy on it, I can do it.
Maybe just for this part. Then
Sure, yes. How forthcoming do you want him to be?
Maybe he doesn't like reveal the entire thing, but he's like, "I need a blade master because of this."
Sure, yes.
You know.
I require the assistance of a blade singer.
Okay. What type of assistance? Like, I can dance around and do some acrobatic stuff, but I don't know.
I lost an artifact that was important to me, and it can currently only be retrieved by a blade singer and used by one.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the moon blades?
Would I have heard about them before?
Make me a history check.
That is 11 plus 4 is 15.
15. In passing, they are legendary elven weapons,
Okay.
most of which have been long lost to time,
Mm.
a few of which are still in the hands of the elves,
Okay.
and are passed down generation to generation among blade singers.
Okay. Well, I've heard they're just legendary elven weapons that most of them were lost to time, but I know there's a few that are, still held by the elves, but I don't know what they do or anything about them.
This is one of the ones lost to time.
Okay. I'm always so. If you say it's lost in time, so it's probably somewhere that people haven't been in a really long time, right?
Yes.
Would I be looking incorrectly if I'd say there could be a possibility of other things that are in that area that maybe haven't been undiscovered and might like to be rediscovered?
Yes.
Okay. I have to check with some other people, but if we have, I'd love to do that. And
I require your assistance. I will supply mine.
okay. Can can your face make facial expressions?
No.
I think they can though, can't they?
Oh, can they? It's up to you.
Oh, okay.
Considering
So
he's
it's like
meddled up.
he can kind of
Okay.
thing. I was like, can your face make facial expressions? I believe I have that capacity. It's really hard to talk to you when you don't do that. It's like, is it necessary for conversation? I would say it's helpful. Okay, if it helps. Yeah, and he just like does this like open eye smile thing, and he's like, no, that's worse. That's much worse. And he's like, look at mine, and he does his thing. He's like, that's when you're happy. He's like, okay, I can accommodate you if it makes you feel more comfortable in my presence. I have no need for this though. Like, just do it. Like, you must have some idea about facial expressions. Oh, I know many facial expressions. I just choose not to use them. Can you turn that on? Can you make that a thing? Fine. And he's like, where's your house? He's like, well, no, we have to, just give me a second. Oh shit, I can't. Where would I think Barrick would be?
No idea.
Damn it, well, I can't cast any, I'm gonna have a short rest.
Okay. You guys just gonna chill on the street there for a bit?
I'm gonna just kind of like, we'll probably find like a little secluded park to like sit in where it's not too much like.
Yeah, you can find a little area where people can rest at.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys sit along the edge of the path, a little bit of a pulled off of it where
Yeah.
somebody's left a stone bench there among some greenery.
So I'm gonna I'm taking an arcane recovery after
Okay.
a short rest to get a spell slot
Sure.
and sending to
An
Barrick.
hour passes as you
Okay.
regain some of your magic.
So, why do you need a blade master? Well, there is certain obstacles and challenges to getting where I need to go that can only be overcome by a blade singer.
The main obstacle
Mhm.
is that the sword can only be drawn, wielded, or carried by a blade
He's not
singer.
going to tell him that.
Okay.
He's just going to be like, I need someone with your expertise. Will you comply? No, I will help you. I'm interested. And then he's like, okay, here, one sec. And then he's going to send a message to Barrick.
Okay. As you cast the spell,
Hey, Barrick. Positive thing. Need your consent. I'm in the park over by
the knot.
the knot. Bring a smile. Leave your weapon at home, please.
I'm coming. Don't let them hurt you.
Oh, shit. I said positive thing. Like, so when he comes back,
the
there's
most suspicious thing you've ever said to Barrick. Like,
so there's like it's like a kind of like a it has a little entrance, and then there's like it's like a square shape with like tall bush like hedges, and then there's like a tree and 3 benches kind of thing.
yeah.
And so the massive warforge is right here, and Berrian's like right here, and they're like across from each other. And that's what Barrick walks into.
Okay. Indeed. Give me a moment.
Give me a moment. I'm gonna fill up my water.
Okay.
What time is it?
It is 7:44.
Okay.
And we'll actually probably be ending close to 8 because I don't have a terrible amount more than this
Well,
planned.
I'm just gonna go back and see Dre for the extra hour.
What's that?
I'll just go back and see Dre for the extra 2 hours.
Yeah. We'll. I need to here. You go ahead and fill up your water. Well, I get this open. Actually, no need. I have it open. That is a 26 to hit Bulwark.
That hits him.
All right. As a bolt comes piercing from over the fence, that is 9 piercing damage as Barrick fires the crossbow bolt off, sinking it past some of the armor and into the internal workings of the machine man.
How much damage did you say?
9 damage.
Wait, it's gonna stick into Bulwark's shoulder, and he's just gonna look over. He's like, "Okay, I'll just. I'm coming." Yeah, so he Bulwark's just gonna be sitting there. It's gonna like come in, like hit him in the shoulder, like, and he's just like, "I believe we're under attack," and then he's just going to stand up, like, creak. The bench is gonna like bend up a little bit out of the grass because he's like 400 pounds.
Yeah.
And then I'm Berrian. Would I know it's Barrick?
Yeah, you would see him. Like, he's popped over and took the shot. I forgot to do sneak attack damage. That's 20 extra sneak attack damage.
And you said 9 normal damage?
Yes, so 29 total.
Yeah. It hits him and he doesn't look phased. Although you're not sure if he can
Look faced.
Yeah. He actually, his eyebrows go like.
But yeah, you'd see where Berrian's like popped up and fired.
And so I see him that, and I'm like, oh man, he's pissed. So I go and I'm like, "Good, Barrick, stop, no." Yeah. And then at the same time, I'm like grabbing the edge of his shield. I'm like, "Please, come back. It's not an attack. I mean, he got shot, but it's not an attack." I'm trying to
As
get...
he's reloading.
Barrick.
Crossbow's up.
No, don't shoot, please.
Release the spell on him.
No, there is no spell on me. Come sit down, please.
As he pulls the mandolin out and strums once, and you would feel something wash over you. Well, actually, your mage armor would vanish as he casts spell magic on you.
You're looking at him like, "Thank you for removing my armor."
All right, as he pops over and like drops the crossbow on his hip.
As he sits down.
Why were you talking so weird? I thought you were kidnapped.
Oh, well, let me explain. And I'm gonna sit down with him like, "So you know how like Dre brought the girl over?
Oh, for Christ's sake!
And then Dre pretty much brought everyone to the house. So this guy, your guy, right? Yes. You could call me male.
Charming.
He's a warforged.
I can tell.
I made a friend named Sasha from the Arcanum, and she had a person that was bothering her, and I went to confront him, and we got pulled to some sort of not like a demi-plane, but another plane. It was a little slice of it, and there was like 4. And I'm like, "Bulwark, can you pass those rods?" And I pull them out, and we were stuck with this staff he had. It went dark, and then these rods were stuck in the ground surrounding this big creature, floating orb with eyes, and we couldn't leave that plane until we either destroyed or removed the rods from the ground. But
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, well, it was pretty exciting. But then he got transported in because he was following us, and then he told me he had some artifact he had to get with, and he needed the help of a blade singer.
So let me get this straight. You get stalked by a warforged.
Yeah.
Who claims he needs your help to retrieve an artifact. You believe him and immediately want to invite him into the knot.
Okay, let me explain more than that. So, our current situation with assassins and death things and generally being disliked by dark forces.
Yes.
I thought, look at him. He's a brick shithouse. A steel shithouse. Not made of bricks, but I think we could use a guy like that. And he seemed good. He helped out. He didn't. Look at that battle axe. Looks like it weighs 40 pounds.
Berrian, you and your brother are going to be the death of me.
I don't know. I feel like
Fine, hire your security. What do I care? Let's tell everybody about the knot. Great, hideout. I'm going for a drink. He turns and walks out.
Like, you want to come for a drink at our place?
No.
Why not?
Walking away.
Barrick, if you have something you want to talk about, we can talk about it.
He's rounding a corner.
You can't hide from your problems forever.
You hear a deep scoff at that, like a
I'm here for you.
like an offended noise.
I'm here for you, Barrick.
As he would walk out of earshot at that point.
I'm like, all right, big man. What was your name? I recently, I'll tell you my story later. I'm just like, well, follow me. We'll go to the house.
Okay.
And then he's gonna
Lead him
follow him.
once again to the entrance.
He's
of the knot.
imposing. He's like almost 8 feet tall, 7.5 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's a tick boy.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
As you lead him once again to the knot, and this time into it.
Alex, you're back in play.
What time is it?
Probably late afternoon.
Late afternoon and all is well.
Not that game.
No, I know. But,
Wrong game.
So
And all is not well.
you hear I open the door. Hey, Dre, what's going on?
Look,
And as you,
Wednesday, I promise it'll only be an hour and I'll be back. I'll make money this time.
I'm like, oh, here, Dre, here's $30, 30 gold. And then I go and I
Wow,
put.
thank you, 30 gold.
And then I pull out another 30 gold. Okay,
Wait.
30 gold for gambling, 30 gold for the spell fund.
Wow. Look, I'm so proud of you going out and bringing back more money
And
than
then
you left with.
all of a sudden, through the doorway.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. Oh, that's bulwark.
Alright.
I already talked to Barrick.
I'm sorry I'm bringing people into the knot. You don't need to make me feel worse about it by bringing in horrible new things that we have to deal with.
I already talked to Barrick.
I'm sorry, you can send it back. I apologize for what we've been going through.
Did he say send me back?
What?
I do like how it does kind of seem like you're doing this to get back at your brother for bringing in Lorelai.
He has no authorization to send me for refurbishment. My programming and everything is fine.
What?
Berrian is trying to teach me a lesson.
I currently do not have a residence in this city, and having some, what is the word you use, compatriots, would help me with my endeavors, and I find it difficult to operate without a purpose.
Well, I'm very sorry for that thing.
Dre,
You can go now.
Dre,
Your services are not what?
leave it be. He's like, and then Bulwark is like, what is the term that you humans use for one who lives in your house?
Tenant?
Like roommate, I guess? I suppose I am a roommate.
You had a bag?
Yeah.
In relative proportions of our species, we both seem to be average. Well, actually, that's not true. I am above average for my species.
She's also short.
And you're actually small for your species.
Pat,
We
then?
really came full circle on that one. Thank you, Lurch.
No, but not like... not small in a disproportionate or unfavorable way. As I look at the and he's like has like you see like things around his eyes like tink tink tink. He's like, when I look at your measurements on waist, hip, and bust,
She's gonna look over at
seems to be completely.
She's gonna look over at even Drill. He's as bad with ladies as you
And
are.
he's like, seems to be within healthy medical proportions.
I could be good if I wanted to be.
Sure, love, sure.
Hmm.
You would know.
Right, well, this seems fun and all. You two work that out. I'm gonna get started on dinner. What do you eat, love?
Don't make food for it. It won't be here long.
I'm just gonna look at Barry and he's like, does he bother you? No, he's just like, you know, if you have a cat and you poke it too much, he's just like that, but all the time.
What?
That doesn't answer my question at all.
Don't compare me to a cat.
No, it's pretty accurate.
Cats are demons.
No, they're not. There are cat-like looking entities.
You haven't seen them.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I've seen them.
What was your name?
Wednesday.
I don't require consumption of food.
Alright, I'm gonna get to cooking. Don't bother him about cats. He doesn't like them. I'm just gonna head into the kitchen.
Does he have any other unreasonable phobias?
She's gone.
Oh,
She's gone over to your guys' room to start cooking.
okay. I'm gonna look at Kana or somebody.
Just coming up with one.
I'm gonna look at Kana or somebody.
Kana's not there yet. She would still be in class.
Or what's her name? The other girl.
Lorelai?
Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me. He's trying to do it like discreetly. He's like, I'm talking quietly because I believe it will hurt his feelings.
Who's this talking?
I'm talking to Lorelai.
That's Bulwark talking.
Yeah, Bulwark's talking to Lorelai.
I'm gonna quickly cast Detect Thoughts without any components and see what I can figure
I
out
don't
about this.
know what I would.
That's why I'm doing it.
You would have a.
Believe there's a saving throw involved.
There's not.
No, you can read the thoughts. So,
Yeah,
you focus your mind on anyone creature within 30 feet. You initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature. What is most on its mind in that moment?
You would find that he is frustrated. But that. He says frustrated because that's what he's been told that feeling is. But he thinks of it more as like an inability to like tabulate data, and then he's trying to understand like he's like where's my fit in this place, and then he's like the most like frontal thing is that he's like, how can I find information about this human without further offending him? So that's when he talks to Lorelai, and he's like, does this, I believe Dre have any other irrational phobias?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Let me know if there's any further developments.
Right as she's just staring up at this thing in like mild terror. Like barely holding it together.
He's just kind of look at everybody and then look back at Lorelai and be like, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you for the conversation. Then he walks over to...
Dinner. And she's gonna rush off.
He walks over to the corner and just like puts his arms like and just stops moving.
So you now have a statue in the corner of this creature.
7.5 foot tall suit of armor.
Okay.
Dude. Back to Dre. So you seriously think this thing will be useful to us in our low visibility silent line of work?
As you found out, it seems like we're doing less low visibility and more find something and have to fight in the middle of the streets. I'm not saying
What do
he
you mean?
I'm not
That
saying.
was one time. We've dealt with it. Now we can go back to things going the way they always have.
I don't know, man. I think it's good to have some people for other things that happen, or like when we get attacked at our home or stuff like that. We're really good at some things, but we step into the wrong pot of soup and we're hooped. You know what I mean? I think he's a pretty cool guy, and I haven't really met him very much, but I need to figure out
Okay.
things about, like, how do they live? Are they actually alive? Like, I have so many questions.
Tell you what, if it can sneak in the house and open the back door, they can stay.
Okay.
If it, like,
Okay. Bulwark. Yes. Can you go out the front and sneak in the back door, please? He just nods and walks out the front door.
That will require all of you leaving the house.
No, but just wait. He's gonna go out the front door. I have to let him, and we just hear like.
wow.
And then
where he is.
let me. That is a 24.
You did that. Why is that making noise?
That is a 24 and a 15 to hit our back door.
To, like,
To
hit it?
strike the back door.
Okay. That will hit.
Lots of damage, and he'd be using his hammer.
Okay, as he slams the hammer into it, and chunks of wood break away, revealing the metal below. As it is a wire of wood over a metal door.
Okay, and did like it hurt it at all?
Not the metal, but it broke the wood off of it.
Okay.
But you guys would hear the shaking.
Yeah, and
Wow,
then
so subtle. I can hardly tell he's there.
Dre, I told you, he's not a stealthy dude. He does things that we can't.
We need stealthy dudes at a minimum.
We don't always need stealthy dudes. Wouldn't it be nice to have someone like him that you can throw in front of, I don't know, like a dragon or some other things we fought, giant driders, the Baloth, or no, is it
Balhanoth.
the Balhanoth? He probably would have been nice to have him when the Balhanoth was around.
Yeah, but how do we take it around?
You know when we park the wagon in the forest? He doesn't have to come to the stealth up thing, but wouldn't it be super cool? We're like, oh, we're fucked, and we blow a horn, and then he charges in, and maybe he doesn't save us, but he makes a huge distraction and breaks down the front.
Leave and let it die.
I think you're underestimating his capabilities.
Alright, fine. If it doesn't eat our food or spend our money.
So he doesn't eat or sleep or drink. I'm assuming he has his own money.
And it doesn't ruin our operation.
Oh, good point. Bulwark! Bulwark! Yes. But please stop breaking the door. Come back in the house. He comes around. What's that thing called? Through deductive reasoning, I realized I was unable to pick that lock and took the most prudent option.
So you go to let him in the front door.
Yeah.
As you turn the handle, it throws itself into him. I need a dexterity saving throw from him.
Okay.
What?
That's 15 plus 3.
18. Okay, so he will take
Sorry,
half
Alex?
damage.
No, you put in your shield bonus properly.
That is 10 damage, half to 5, as it knocks him onto his back and stumbles and manages to pull himself to his feet. As you can hear some clicking in the door. And you can hear the clicking heading through the wall and the ceiling towards Eddie's room.
Okay. Yeah, Bulwark's gonna stand up and go back over to the door. Well, like, cautiously, like, he's gonna go to the thing and, like, wait. He's like, I believe you're gonna have to let me in. I'll go and open the door.
As he comes in after that, and nothing else swings towards him.
Sorry, what were you saying, Alex? You were trying to say something.
As long as this thing.
No, out of character, you were trying to say something. About my dexterity or something.
Yeah, because you're a shit bastard.
Yeah, so I get to add my shield bonus to my AC.
And if you succeed, you take no damage instead of half.
Did I succeed?
You did, yeah.
Oh, so no damage then.
Very well.
Give me your true feelings, Dre. How do you feel?
I think I've been pretty upfront.
I think we're gonna probably have to get a hotel rooms for him and Laura.
Oh yeah, because she's the problem.
I never said she was a problem, but you can't really choose one over the other. Barrick's already okayed him.
Really?
Yes. Bulwark, did we talk to...
that, you asked to bring it to the knot, and he said, oh sure, that doesn't seem like a problem.
You can talk to Barrick if you want. I'm not here to lie to you about what Barrick said.
As long as we're in agreement that it is to be used as a distraction and nothing else.
I don't think you need to limit him by that type of thing. Have you ever thought of, well, obviously he's great at defense and all that kind of thing, but yeah, if he runs and hits the front door of a place, it makes it really easy for us to break into the back.
Kind of like a distraction?
Yes. Or a first line of defense. Or someone who can pick up dead bodies and haul them. You know?
Fine.
Why don't you give it a try run?
If it gets us all killed, it's on you.
Well, we'll be dead, so it won't matter.
Yeah, but I'll blame you.
I swear to God.
Wherever we end up.
Spite past living! Okay, well,
Do not doubt my resolve.
I'm gonna talk to Wednesday and Kana and Laura. Do any of you guys have a problem?
Kena won't be home till later.
Oh, so I'll talk to Wednesday and Lorelai. Do you guys have any
No
issues?
trouble for me. I guess he's a little intimidating.
Okay.
Where
Bulwark.
did you find him?
Huh?
Where did you find him?
He actually found me. He just started following me.
And you're not suspicious about that?
I was, but he's insistent that I...
If you let me talk to him for a bit, I can get to the bottom of it.
Okay, sure.
Right now?
What are your
Well, why
questions?
not?
He like comes out. He's like, "What are your questions?"
Can you not, like,
Or, in the kitchen, he
eavesdrop?
leans
What?
in.
Could you not eavesdrop on us or having a private conversation?
Well, he was in the same room.
No,
Or-
they were in the
Oh, then
kitchen.
he wouldn't be there.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. Like, could have said the same thing for you. Or Kena, or Laura.
Well, sure, I suppose. I don't know. I just don't usually trust people who are stalking me.
So he was following me, but then he actually came in and helped us escape from a fight.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Unless he set up the fight.
No. He got hit pretty hard.
Alright. Well, I'm
Here.
not going to complain.
I'll leave it to you. If you guys see or hear anything, you come talk to me, let me know.
Sure.
Laura?
Well, it's not my group.
I believe you're part of the group.
Not really.
No, well, you're not part of the Jacks, but you're part of our group.
I guess.
Think of it like he's thinking it's like, you know, like a business, you know, or like a family. It's like, you know, the Jacks are like, The family was a bad idea. Like a business, like a family-run business. You know, there's management, and there's the people that build the stuff, and then there's the people.
Berrian, you should probably. I don't think this is going to go anywhere useful.
Okay.
Wait, you're the Jacks?
Oh.
You're not very good at this, Berrian.
I have my strong suits.
This isn't it.
What are my strong suits then?
Anyways, food's ready if you want to grab a bowl.
He's gonna go grab a bowl and go to his room.
You wanna?
This is his room.
Yeah.
He's going to go to a different room.
You walk out, find somewhere else to be. Well, have some food, I suppose. Dre, you might want to talk to him. And no, you're not going gambling again.
I'm getting better.
No, you're not.
You haven't even joined me the last couple times.
I don't need to. I just watch your face when you come back.
Well, sometimes bad things happen on the way back that disappoint me.
Like?
Well, last time, I made double my money. And what do you know? Some kid comes up and lifts it off me right as I leave the casino.
You're trying to tell me that a little squirt was able to lift your coin purse off you? How much did you have to drink?
I'd rather not say.
You didn't come home drunk, so... I could ask around, maybe find out who it was.
No, I'm just, there's so many of those kids.
No, I could probably find him. I know lots of the street folk.
They're faceless. They just blend in. I couldn't tell you the first thing about them.
You said young boy. Right, that's a star.
I don't know.
You're a bad liar.
He is.
Anyways, take some soup, talk to your brother. Please don't go gambling. It worries me, really.
Fine. It's just potential money we're missing out on.
I don't...
As he leaves the room.
Those boys.
He has a problem.
I think so.
Have to ease him out of that one.
I don't know if I'm going to ease him out of him. I might give him a good smack.
If you need help.
I might. Not that I trust you. Here, have some food.
Sure.
Berrian comes back in the kitchen, scoops soup, doesn't look at you guys, walks back into the room.
Taking seconds. As you guys have supper, is there anything else you guys want to deal with?
Not really.
Alright. Then that is where we will end tonight's session.
Word!
As Kana would come home at some point, and just not even question it, just start climbing on the metal man.
he's just looking at it like, what is your purpose?
You're tall.
And
She's like getting a leg over his one shoulder and like climbing his back.
That was neither a question, that was a statement. Okay.
Yeah.
What is this?
And she's now like sitting on his shoulders and like stooped under the ceiling. Is your face metal, or she's just sticking her fingers underneath the edge of the faceplate?
Yes. My face is metal.
Wow.
Is your hands metal?
No.
They feel like metal.
Why?
That was a joke. It's like when you tell someone incorrect, but assuming that it is correct.
That was not a very good joke.
Well, you tell me a joke then.
Okay. What do you call an alligator in a vest?
Most likely trapped and getting ready to die.
Nope. It's an investigator.
He goes to like open his mouth and he's like, looks over at Wednesday. Is this a time when it's inappropriate to let them know that they're wrong?
I don't think you're very good at jokes.
No, like I had two options. I feel like I could tell her she's wrong, or I could laugh and not mean it.
No, it's a joke though, love. Like, cause it's like investigator is like a title that you could be, right? Like somebody investigating a crime or something, and then alligator, investigator, right? So you put it together, and it's like it's something that it's not. but it's wordplay. You get it?
He's like, still thinking.
I thought it was funny.
No, I think I know what you're. And he was like thinking, attempting to say.
Okay, well, that's my joke, and I'm bored. She starts climbing off of him.
As she goes to climb down, he's like. He like grabs her, puts her up to like the roof, drops her.
Okay, she
But
her
as
feet
she's
over.
heading down,
Okay.
he'll like catch her and be like, "Gotcha."
Wow.
That was a joke. It was to make you scared and think you were gonna fall, but I had control of you the entire time.
That's not what jokes are. Those are called pranks or like scaring somebody, but it wasn't very scary because it's not very far, because the ceiling's not that high, and you're cool.
He's like, "Good point." Grabs her, walks outside.
She'll probably struggle and get out of his grip if that's the case.
Was he?
Sure. Yeah, we can go for it if you want.
Okay.
Oops, that's not her.
18 plus 7. 25.
5, right?
Who is watching this exchange, by the way?
That is a 15.
Okay.
Throws her up.
How high can I throw her up?
I mean, she's a full-grown elf, so probably not that high. Like, it'd be like trying to throw an adult human.
Yeah, and I'll be carrying capacity.
So you hurl her up, and she catches her feet under her and lands on her feet. Okay. That was kind of cool. You're fine. And she, like, smacks him and runs inside.
Okay. I walk back in.
Guys, did you meet the metal guy?
Yes.
You hear from the thing, he's like, "Yep, he's awesome."
Oh. Well, yeah, he's pretty cool.
We might not be keeping him, do not get attached.
Why not? He's shiny and I like him.
Too late, she's already
We
attached.
don't need shiny things. We need things that do not shine.
But I like shiny things.
Yeah, but they will make things see us.
Hey, Dre, remember that time you stole that sword?
What sword?
Yeah, the one from the trunk. I think that was shiny too.
Oh, I never stole it. It's still there.
Oh.
Still in the trunk. And guess what? That thing goes in a backpack.
I don't think he's gonna fit in a backpack. He's pretty big.
Good observation.
He's ignoring. He's doing his, just sitting there.
All right, that is where we will end tonight's session.
Alright then.
As that wraps up the solo adventures of Evandriel and Berrian, we will come back next week to the full party once again, and perhaps into some downtime. We'll see what you guys are interested in. Also, at the end of that, it would be the 9th, which means it's Friday, and I will show you guys the latest newspaper.
Oh yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
end
I
on
don't get
that
to read
note.
it.
Things that are made to make us happy.
All right. So, the main headline is The Exodus. Elves leave the city en masse in response to the new royal decree. The secondary headline is The Streets That Swallow. Serial killer suspected in the rash of disappearances in the Outer Run. And then in the minor headlines, I'm going to skip to the second one, is The Bump. Guards finally reveal the cavern on the forest's edge. The third one is Rumors Fly. Steep increase of strange happenings around the city. And then the first one of the minor ones is Fade. Fad or Here to Stay?
Fade fad or here to stay.
We did it.
What's the picture with the fade fad?
There's no picture.
V505 fade fad or here to stay.
All right, folks, that's us.
Okay,
We're going to end it
bye.
there. As always, you can find us on YouTube, TikTok, and Discord under Adventure Corp. We're here 6 to 10 every Wednesday. And thanks for hanging out.
Oh, and yeah, on the Discord, there's my chat thing. Like, shoot some dank memes. Throw in some ideas that you have of like, hey, you should do this. I'm like, I don't really want to eat 100 apples. Well, you should do it anyways. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Okay, sure. Just arbitrary requests out of nowhere. Yes, if you join the Discord and send a message to
The
Ghost
Discord.
Intel on there, yeah, it happens. Voice betrays me. If you join the Discord and send a message to Ghost Intel, I will give you the proper tags so that you can join Danny's exclusive chat for the players and the fan base.
And the dankest of memes.
The dankest of memes, indeed. But that's us, folks. Signing off.
Okay,
See ya.
bye.